we're not gonna make him wait in the green room. You know, this is the kind of like they put me in the green room, guys, while they did the whole intro. It is the post-game therapy session. We got Pete Davey from the LoadedMag Newcastle FC channel. We got Fabio driving. Don't get drunk. Don't get into an accident, and don't get arrested. We got Phoenix in the house, Milan Club Phoenix. Let me start off by saying, you know what, my joke didn't work out, Pete. You know, I was gonna go, look, I found some Newcastle tears to drink, but these are tears of joy from your end. But before we get into everybody's reactions, Pete, first, welcome on our side to our channel. And I think I told you a couple of days ago that you were gonna come out with your head up high. What are Newcastle fans thinking right now? Because to us, it feels like kind of a loss, and people want to talk about stats. People want to talk about all this different kind of thing. Now we joined by Chris as well from the channel. But how are you feeling? How are you feeling on this draw, 0-0 draw?
First off, I'm just glad to have some backup from my boy Chris, a fellow Newcastle fan in the house. But look, firstly, Vinny, boys, it's great to have great to be part of the channel, enjoying you boys. So thank you very much for that. First and foremost, I'm not going to lie, I'm ecstatic with a point. The San Siro is an iconic stadium to go to, an amazing stadium to go to, and what a first game it was for us after 20 years in the Champions League. But if you'd have asked me for a point before the game, Vinny, you know we talked about it on our show, I'd have took it. And I'm very, very happy with the fact that we got a point tonight. And I completely understand why you guys as AC Milan fans would be very disappointed with not taking all three. But look, it gives us a platform to build. We've now got PSG that are coming to St. James's Park under the lights, and we've got an opportunity to try and build on that now. So yeah, it was a really good start for us, and I'm really, really happy with the outcome from a Newcastle perspective.
And welcome back, Andre. We're gonna get to everybody. Chris, I was thinking about even the first 25 minutes. You guys, held your own. And obviously, you have to have a goalkeeper called Pope because it was divine intervention. It just seems like the ball just didn't want to go in. And I think he kept you in the first half, because second half for Milan was not great. Even Leao, just taking a step back, and we have comments about Leao. But Pope was basically your man of the match. Am I wrong?
To be honest, Vinny, that's arguably one of the best games we've seen from him in recent months. He was absolutely outstanding. I think we've just come off our show then, and surprisingly, Pete, I don't think any of us marked him man of the match. But Pope was outstanding. He was really, really good tonight. And just to echo what Pete said, thanks very much for inviting us on. It's an absolute pleasure. And we're feeling very fortunate with a point tonight. Got to be honest. But I tell you what, you've got some players in your team. It was a pleasure to be part of it tonight. And I'm not too shy to admit I was crying before kick-off when the Champions League music came on and we seen the ball in the centre of the pitch. So it was just great to be back amongst the elite, and AC Milan are very much the elite. And it was a privilege to watch us play you tonight.
And kudos to you guys, because they held the fort. And I know Fabio and Nico, you guys were on before, but Andre has been a while. He's coming back to Patreon. Andre, let me ask you, why does it feel like a loss to us and maybe a win to Newcastle fans? And I don't want to talk about, look at all these shots we took. And I'm going to give, again, I said to Pope because he pulled off those amazing saves. Maybe Leao being a little too fancy, trying to do a little, what they say, FIFA street. But how did you feel about this result?
Well, I'm quite disappointed, actually. And good morning, good evening, everybody. It's been a while. I have not been here. And Fabio, this coast to coast is something new, something fresh, which I really enjoy. Thanks, guys. It's a pleasure for me to be back. I'm really disappointed about the result, but honestly, I don't think we deserve the 3 points, especially talking about the second half of the game. The first half, we have definitely, yes. Actually, we're beating the record, the all-time AC Milan record, having 6 shots on goal for the first half, actually, by the way. But still, Well, I don't think we deserved 3 points based on the second half performance. I think
Okay.
that the draw is a fair result.
Okay, so you're saying that we don't deserve the 3 points because of the second half. We didn't close out that game. Fabio, I hope you haven't drank too much. I know you were with Nico over the weekend in Phoenix. I left him responsible for your well-being because you can't be controlled in public. At least you behaved. But Fabio, how about you? Are you gonna remember? Yes, you can swear. Tell us how you feel and be respectful to our guests. Huh? They did nothing wrong.
You're referring to me. Sorry, my signal's going in and out. But I just want
McDonald's Wi-Fi.
to can hear me.
Yes, we can
I'm
hear
sorry.
you. We
I'm
can hear you.
driving. This is life here. All right. What the fuck was this? Huh? Did somebody tell Milan we were playing early today? I don't know if you guys can even hear me. Come back to me, Vinny. Come back
we
to
can
me.
hear you, mate.
We're
We can hear you.
We can.
We got you,
We can
Fabio.
hear you swearing. We can hear you swearing. But you know what? Let me pass it to Nico until you hit like a red light or get some McDonald's Wi-Fi. Nico, you're most of the voice of reason most of the time in our group. How did you feel about this game? I know I don't want to say we played badly, but from everything we saw, I feel we deserved to win from the shots on goals and the opportunities, and maybe, like I said, Leao getting too cute, but not taking anything away from Newcastle. They didn't look scared. Tonali played fantastic. I have to admit, the way he was marking Loftus Cheeks, and it didn't seem like he let the emotions get to him. But your take on this game, and I don't think it's the end of the world. I think everybody was.
No, it's
expecting
not.
PSG
But
to
we
win.
got to finish those chances, Vinny. Right? I mean, it Reindeers. He had a shot on goal. He hit it straight right to Pope's hands. There was plenty of chances, and we just didn't take them. And that's a disappointing part at the end of the day. And we looked a step slow in the first half, I think, in certain situations.
Do you think this is a alarming result, or
No, but now we just got to step it up. The other two games coming up, we really got to pick it up.
we were talking about this, guys, the other time on your channel, that the first result was going to be important because you guys have PSG, we got 2 away games, but who would be your man of the match? Okay, we spoke about Pope, but who impressed you guys on your side?
There's one guy that stood out for us that was for me. I refer to him as a man mountain, but he's not very tall, and it's Kieran Trippier, our right back. I thought he was absolutely sensational on that right hand side. You've got arguably one of the best left hand sided attacking wingers in Rafael Leao. Me and Chris, we waxed lyrical about him to you, Vinny, on our channel, and how good he actually is. But for the couple of moments that he had, particularly in the first half, I thought Trippier managed him absolutely perfectly. The manipulation of the ball and the way he controlled possession, the way he moved forward and isolated him, the way he defended him, particularly with balls into the box and balls in from deep. I thought he was brilliant today, and he was a proper captain for us. And he led the line superbly well, and not just from an attacking point of view, but from a defensive point of view. And for me, he was arguably our man of the match. Like, there was other players that we thought played really, really well, but for me, he's arguably our man of the match. He was the benchmark. He was the level that we wanted our Newcastle players to play at, and we needed his experience. He's played in La Liga, he's played in the Champions League. He's won La Liga. He's won trophies at the highest level. We needed that experience today. He brought that in the book. I was so pleased with how he played.
And I gotta tip my hat off to you guys, because you're coming into the San Siro. You saw what kind of stadium we are with La Curva Sud. We just came out of a 5-1 loss to a derby loss, and you guys held your own. And the importance of, because now you're taking home a point. You got PSG coming up, and I think this was probably I'm not going to say the worst result for us, because I think the worst result was you guys typical Milan, and my Milan friends here would say, typical Milan, Nico, Andre would say 3-4 years ago, we would have got scored in the 89th minute after dominating like a game like this. And that would have been typical Milan. That would have been the worst result for us. But, you know, taking away from this game is that you guys go home and go, I know Milan is not PSG. I know Milan is not Madrid. I know Milan is not, you know, a Bayern Munich. But hey, we went and we held our own. And for that, you know what, guys, chapeau, as we say in French. You guys, especially in the first 25, 30 minutes, you just held your ground and you played your game, right? And for me, it was surprising. I really thought, we discussed it a couple of days ago, I didn't think you guys had it in you, you know, to come to a place like Milan and hold your own. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Not even impressed with this Newcastle brown ale.
I knew it.
You know what? This is my fault, guys, because I was gonna pull. I'm drinking Newcastle tears, and now they're tears of joy. But go on, Chris.
You pass it over to me, Vinny, because I'm more happy to drink that.
You're all over. Okay, okay. You know what? I'm gonna come to St. James Park. When are we playing back? In April? No, March. When are we playing back?
Is it March?
Oh no, but before then, it'll be before Christmas.
Is it before Christmas?
Yeah. All the league games get played before.
That's what I see myself with all the Newcastle fans. That one guy with the red and black jersey in the middle of just cheering all by himself. We still say, guys, as long as you tell me where the beer is. But Chris, you know how? Forget the result, but proud of this team, and I don't think, guys, don't. Am I going on far-fetched saying no Newcastle fan was expecting this? Am I wrong by saying this? Other than a delusional fan. Like you guys that are feet on the ground, right? You were expecting, like, let's hope for the best. Let's do what we got to do. But you guys have to be, you know, they exceeded your expectation. Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong, Vinny. I mean, to be fair, a lot of my mates who are Everton and Liverpool fans, they often call me the losers. So, you know, you maybe you're not too far off. I mean, I go into most games, a bit like what Eddie Howe does, and Eddie Howe says this. I go into most games hoping that we're going to win. So, you know, I did, obviously, off the back of the results at the weekend against Inter, I thought, you know, we're going to see two sides here. We're going to see AC Milan, who are going to come into the game a bit fearful, knowing they've got to perform for the fantastic fans that are there supporting them, or they're going to come in and go, right, we need to make it up to them. And to be fair, I think they did that tonight. The main feeling I've got after that performance, Vinny, is probably pride. Is in, like, I kind of feel like we outdid ourselves a bit tonight, because you were far better than what I give you credit for. Like, I know as a club you're absolutely brilliant, and you know, in terms of history and stuff like that, and we were speaking about it a bit on our channel, weren't we? How, you know, AC Milan are one of the giants of European football. But I know in recent years, you know, you've not maybe had the success that maybe you deserve. But I was really, really impressed with you tonight. Like, you were far better than what I thought you would be. So for us to turn up at the San Siro, you know, deal with a lot of pressure, because there was a lot of pressure tonight, and to be able to deal with that, with the atmosphere, a lot of players making their Champions League debut tonight, not forgetting, to come away with a point at the San Siro after not playing Champions League football for 20 years, I've got to be really proud of that, and, you know, really, really pleased. And I think, you know, we'll look back at this point, and hopefully we'll look back at this point and think, you know, that's helped us secure, you know, a place in the next round, or even third spot where we go into the Europa League and go, well, thank God we got that point.
It's a long season, and you know, I jotted this down during the game, and Andre, I don't know if you're gonna agree with me, but I found even the refereeing was very good in this game.
Yeah.
I think he didn't. He was very straight down the middle. I don't remember. I think it was a Spanish ref, if I'm not mistaken, but just call the yellow cards when needed to call yellow cards. Let the game play. I just found the refereeing was fantastic in this one, and I don't know if you agree with me, and maybe other things that you took away from this game.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you. Didn't look like a Spanish ref, you know, because, you know, basically Spanish refs sometimes they're not allowed this tackles, you know. There's for some reason the Spanish league is a little bit soft, you know. That every tackle, not every tackle can be stopped in there, and tonight. He really let the team play a really good game, allowed some tackles, didn't make a whistle, let the play continue. Um, quite it was a good one. He was not visible. You know, when a game has a referee has a good game, it means that he's not visible in the field. It's like when you see the players but not him. That was one of those kind of games, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I like that one. Nico, how about you, man? Would it be the refereeing in this game? I find you really straight down the line, and in the end, am I going to say fair result? The only reason I would say fair result because to me, of what Newcastle surprised a lot of people, I think we deserved to win. But again, in the history books, Nico, nobody's going to look at, well, there was 25 shots on goal and
nobody cares about that.
Exactly. Are you worried from this result?
No, but I just go back to the refereeing. It was straight down the line. He let everybody play. All right. And one thing that you mentioned before, Vinny, you had mentioned that we were, in the past, we would have given up that late goal.
Yes.
That almost happens.
It did. You guys had like what was that chance? I think in the 89th, 90th.
Yeah, Sportello had to spread out and make that save. I was worried about that for a minute there.
And we're gonna need to worry about. It looks like it might not be serious, but here comes Newcastle. They take away Mike Manjone injury, Loftus-Cheek's injury. You guys, you see how much damage you're doing to Milan? You're just taking away all our players there, Brett. Supposedly nothing serious. Have you heard anything, Nico? On because if we lose Magna and Loftus-Cheek's,
I haven't seen anything yet. Loftus-Cheek's, it looks like he was just tired, right? Mike, with his history, who knows? It could be something serious, right? Just knowing how he goes with his his long history of just odd injuries that he picks up.
You never know. Manchester City, guys, what did they do? They came back, obviously, 3-1. PSG 2-1 win against Dortmund. I watched the first 45 minutes. Guys, it is PSG, but it's not like I was like, oh my god, what a performance. How do you feel, you guys, Newcastle, facing PSG next? But you're facing them at home, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you guys catch a bit of the PSG game? Do you think that maybe this is sometimes you come into a game like, look, we performed at the San Siro, now we're taking on PSG. It is still PSG, but I think this is going to bring some sort of more of a confidence in you guys. And bring them on. Especially now they're 3 points, 3-1-1 and 0 in the group. Oh, Paris Saint-Germain looks like they scored a third goal, but it is what it is. How are you guys feeling of facing PSG soon?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm confident now. You guys won't know this, Chris does, but my brother is he's a PSG fan.
Boo.
Exactly. He's been a season ticket holder for 10, 11 years. He supported them for the last 30, 40 years, 30 odd years. But so we've got a bit of a rivalry. I'm not gonna lie, in the family at the moment. We're not quite on talking terms.
Are you going to give him a sharpshooter in the basement?
I'm giving him the F5. That's what I'm giving him.
I like it. We're implementing the wrestling and I like it. So he's got the PSG brother.
Me and my brother, we're the biggest wrestling fans. I've been following wrestling since I was like 3 years old. So like, you ask me anything about WWE, AEW, we can talk about that all day. But
you know what we were doing at one point? Like, we did a podcast of calcio and wrestling, and we're trying to compare who is the Vince McMahon of Serie A. We went down with De Laurentiis and Napoli. Who's the Paul Heyman? Maybe we should do a special one of these days, Pete. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about that. That's intriguing.
We'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch because we're marks, and it's still real to us. Damn it,
we are.
Chris, everybody else is like, what are these guys fucking talking about? It's all good. It's all good. Let's do. You know what, guys? I know it's late for you guys. I'm gonna let you be on your little, on your cloud nine. In closing, Chris, taking away from this, who do you guys have playing this weekend in the EPL?
Sheffield United.
Okay, so maybe taking. I know, like in the EPL, not the best of starts for you guys, but maybe taking this confidence from the San Siro, and you guys playing at home or away at Sheffield?
It's away.
It's away. So, what are you feeling like? That Newcastle might bring home with this 0-0 nil-nil tie, as we like to say.
Yeah, no. Funnily enough, Vinny, we've just been talking about that. It was Pete that mentioned it, saying, honestly, this will give us such confidence, whether it be PSG, which is our next Champions League game, or Sheffield United at the weekends. I think it's going to bring a huge confidence going to the San Siro and getting a clean sheet and performing the way we did. With that dogged display, we really dug in. And we really, wanted to come away with something tonight, and we managed to do that, which is absolutely brilliant. So, no, absolutely thrilled. And I'm hoping this kind of kickstarts our season, because we had a fantastic start against Aston Villa where we beat them 5-1, and then we had 3 pretty horrendous results for different reasons. So then to get our first win at the weekend, get a draw at the San Siro, and then hopefully go into this weekend and get another 3 points.
Guys, I'm sorry to say this. How does Lazio score the tying goal by goalkeeper Provedel in the 95th minute? Please, somebody tell me in the comments, how did this happen? The goalkeeper from a pass from Luis Alberto, 1-1. Good for them, Lazio, because, in Serie A, they're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's what we like to call them. Andre, to you, man. Where does Milan go from? We got Verona. On Saturday. We just need to take the 3 points. There's no questions about it. It is what it is.
Well, yeah, surely we definitely need to go for a win. Surely after a tough loss to Inter and a draw where actually I expected 3 points. Sorry guys, Newcastle. Well, you were the same as we were 2 years ago. Tonight you were the same as we were 2 years ago. I
Against
still remember
Liverpool, yeah,
against Liverpool, but Chris, you gotta be doing all right. I mean, you have a confidence, and I think you will have a confidence now, because that comes to the game to my mind when we were in Liverpool and we were smashed in the first half, heavily smashed. We were lucky not to concede more than one, and the Magic Mike, you get a penalty, but we scored 2. We scored 2 within, I guess, 3 minutes. It was Rebic and Brahim Diaz.
Yeah.
And those couple of goals gave us a confidence. In the next game against Atletico Madrid, if not the Turkish referee, we would take a win from there. So we started with an extra confidence. So I think the same you will feel against PSG, and I really hope you will win it, because I hate PSG.
Do it for us, guys. Do it for us, and give it to Donnarumma. Gio, Coast to Coast is going on tomorrow. You're on the job. You're going to get fired. How are you getting away with this? Live from California. Our friends from England here. Look at them. They're already drinking. They're partying. Good for them. I can't talk bad about them. I know you like to talk about, the Napoli tears and the all these tears. And I tried, dude. I really tried, but it didn't work. But these are happy tears from Newcastle. And it tastes pretty good. Gio, let's close up, man. Your final thoughts. Don't be negative. Please don't be negative. Are you going to be negative?
Nah, I just want to say shout out to Davey. I see you on the football terrace here and there. I don't know why you not replace Spurs. Yeah, but
soon.
Hopefully soon.
Soon. I'll be there. I'll get Terry to get rid of those guys, and we'll get Newcastle on there. Don't worry.
Yeah. Nah, just disappointing, Vinny. Every time that we get smacked up by any team, we never recover. And I think that comes down to the attitude of the players and the manager that we have. I think his time is done. I've been saying it for a long time. I think he's led us to where he can. His tactics are old. I mean, if you look at his reputation as a manager, it is what it is, but just disappointing. And now Saturday's a must-win, because if we don't win on Saturday, Vinny, we draw, we're going on that Pioli landslide.
Mr. Positivity himself, Gio. Listen to him tomorrow. Coast to Coast is going to go on with Fabio. Let's see what they got to say. Nico, the voice of reason. Let's finish off with you. I know. When are you moving to Mexico? Playa del Carmen?
About 2-3 months.
2-3 months. Are you going to be forming Milan Club Playa del Carmen?
Yeah, eventually. That's the plan.
I love it. I love it.
Down
And,
by the beach. Everybody's
guys,
invited.
look who's here. The only look at this guy. The
Ah.
only Patreon member that's a Newcastle fan, but he's a respectful Newcastle fan. I know the guys have to take off in about 10 minutes. Okay, before I close off with you, Nico, let's get Strasbourg. Steve, I know you're very respectful. I know you said we deserve to win, but you have the Pope John Paul II in nets. He did fantastic job here. But about your take on this game today?
I thought, you know, at halftime, I was trying to think, because there are two approaches and two things that you feel after a first half like that. Even watching just a neutral game, if one team is consistently getting high quality, high opportunity, bunch of opportunities to score, and they don't, there's two thoughts of looking at it. They're either eventually going to score or they're going to pay for missing all those chances.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I was like, you know what? Milan could go score. I expected them to. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm like, they really are like missing these like they, they might pay for this, So I'm thrilled we got a point. I don't think we played well. I thought we, like you said, Pope was outstanding. Botman was better. I think second half were a little bit better, but attacking wise, nothing to ride home.
But you got it done, dude. You got it done. You got it done. And I don't know if you follow the guys here from the LoadedMag NUFC channel. You do. So they're friends of ours until we get into a scuffle, and then we're gonna be talking trash to each other. But I know, guys, it's getting a little late for you guys. But Nico, give us your words of wisdom to close this off. We're gonna do one final round, and are we ready for Saturday, Verona? And by the way, Lazio, because guys, if you don't know, Steve is a Lazio fan, Newcastle fan, Strasbourg. How does your goaltender score the tying goal?
What a header! What a header, by the way. That wasn't some fluke. That was a brilliant header. Oblak had no chance. That was
okay. I gotta go check that out. that out. And
man,
he hates, by the way, he hates Roma and he hates Juve. So that's why we greet him with open arms. Nico, Saturday, Verona.
So,
after that, we have all these games. We have what do we have? 10 games in 3 weeks. Newcastle, same thing, right? You guys are gonna have a lot of multiple games because we are in the top 4. Would it be Lazio for Steve? But there's no excuses now. We need to get these 3 points, especially
Vinny.
We hit Lazio under 30.
I think Leao needs to be benched.
Wow. Pulisic left wing then?
I hate to say it. No, we have Okafor. He's had 2 terrible games against 2 big games. Where is he?
Yeah, today was disappointing.
He's been there long enough. He's been there way too long. He needs to step it up. There's laid back attitude and these little, it's too much. You eventually got to step up in these big games. It's 2 games in a row, Vinny.
It's true. You know what? I don't have a problem with that. You guys, did you feel, Chris and did you find that Leao wasn't on his game? These back heels, he was trying to do a bit too much. Or about the opposite view?
I'll be honest with you. I put it towards. I said on our channel, I put it towards how good Trippier was today. Okay. I thought he managed him very well. Now Trippier's played at the top end. He's played for England at the highest level. He's played for, like I say, Atletico Madrid in the Champions League at the highest level. He knows how to play against the top elite, attacking midfielders, certainly the wingers. And I thought he handled him really, really well. And the only joy that Leao got is when he cut inside and he almost kind of made those runs as a central striker. That's the only time he got joy, because when he was out there on the left, he didn't really do anything of note. He had a couple where the ball was played long from Chukwueze over the far side, and he got a few flick downs and he got a couple of balls. There was one that was quite close to goal that he ended up putting back across goal that was really high. Other than that, he didn't really do anything, and that was because Trippier's positional play and the way he defended him was very, very good. So I wouldn't necessarily put it down to him having a really poor game. I just put it down to Trippier being properly on his game and having one of the best games he could have possibly played against someone that we rate very, very highly. Rafa Leao is a fantastic player. So it surprises me that you say you wanted to drop him, because he seems like he's one of your main guys. But I can understand that if you're not happy with him after a couple of games.
He is, and like I said, we have Okafor, right? We got him for a reason.
And you know what?
So
Now
let's
we have the options to bench Leao, and you know what? Pete's bringing a big point, because the only time I saw him, Leao, really burning on the left was that one chance, guys, when he had that through ball and he went, because every time he tried to come on the inside, right? Chris, do you agree? Would you, if you're a Milan fan, would you bench Leao with the options that we have after what you saw today?
I'd bench Leao. And, you know, we spoke about it yesterday, didn't we, Vinny? And you said around 160 million. And then I'd get rid of him for like 40 million to Newcastle or something like that.
Okay, here we go.
In all seriousness, no, I'd take the point. I do get what you mean. Like, it probably wasn't his best game. It's just, do you know what? From our point of view, I mean, we had Alan St. Maximin, who's now left, you know, and gone to Saudi Arabia. He's that kind of player where when he gets the ball, you think anything's going to happen. Like, he's so quick. And he's tall and he's powerful when he's running with the ball. And certainly from an opposition point of view, like if I saw on the return leg in December, Rafa Leao not in the team, I'd be very happy, very, very happy. And Vinny, just before we move on, you know, our conversation yesterday about, you know, one of the best left backs in the world. What was your opinion on Hernandez's performance? Because to me, I just thought he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
He played good. You know, he didn't. A lot of us Milanistas will always critique him for falling on the floor too easily. There was a couple of fouls there, but there were fouls. That's not taken away. But he played fantastic today. And, you know, we're talking about top 3 left backs in the world. But I think, honestly, guys, if Leao was on his game today, you wouldn't stand a chance. I want to be totally honest with you. I don't think he would have stood a chance. You know, Giroud barely touched the ball. It just felt like Leao was trying to do too much on his own, playing FIFA Street on the PlayStation, doing like at one point, it's like, why is he not shooting? And he's trying to go in. It is what it is, guys. The ball is round. The game went the way it went. Let's finish off with this. Andre, would you bench Leao on Saturday against Verona? Rotate, excuse me, not bench. Rotate.
Rotate, yeah. But yeah, as a rotation, yeah, surely. Surely, I would give a chance to Okafor. Especially, I like him when he played against Roma. He had another assignment playing against Roma. Not like, okay, we were down by one man, and it was another assignment for him to keep the ball. You know, you should see him playing as a left winger in his natural position. I think shouldn't go for the striker. I really want to see Jovic, what he's capable for. I think he struggled in Fiorentina. He's much more than he showed there. But honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed just finishing with off of Chikwueze. I don't know. I don't see him much than we see it in Tadic making by now.
Oh, come on. Give him some
time.
time.
Might be okay. Okay, John, throw what's the next to me. Okay.
I gotta be. That's why I'm the doctor of these therapy sessions. You gotta give him some time. I'm here for the good.
And probably, Vinny, there is maybe the chance to finally to give some minutes to Oddly. I think he deserved it. As less as he stays with the team, yeah, it might be some good rotation because I don't see Verona in good shape right now. So before we struggled against Verona almost every game, but the next game won't be such a game, I guess.
Definitely, Steve.
Hey, Vinny,
yes,
that Musa looked really good.
Musa looked fantastic. Yes, yes, he did. And you know what? For the way he came in for with the injury, but he looked fantastic. Maybe an option. That's what I like about our bench now, the options to play. So a Newcastle / Lazio / Strasbourg. What other teams do you follow, Steve? You got like the ADD of football teams, except Milan. You only go for Milan when we're playing Roma.
Only one Italian. Well, I don't care who play. Sunderland, Roma. I don't care. I hope that game don't ever happen. But we won't, because Sunderland don't play in Europe, and they haven't since the early 70s. So anyway, I don't have to worry about that. But no, like I said about Newcastle, I think you paid for your chances that you missed, and I think I said this. I was on a different watch along. We're in Italy, right? Let's talk about some grinta. Grinta. To struggle, to persevere. That's what Newcastle did today. We did that. We were not the better team, but Pope showed up you know, he definitely saved us on 2 occasions or 3 in the first half. We just had the grinta and we had the spirit to play. Yeah, we played
You
poorly.
believed.
We got a result. We got a result at the San Siro away to AC Milan. You guys are you know, a Champions League semi-finalist. You know, that's Eddie Howe showed that he could dig in. He can dig in and get a you know, positive result. So happy about that, 100%.
All right, guys. On that note, right, from Phoenix, from across the pond, you're still in Moscow, Andre, in Russia. Where are you?
No, I'm in Saudi now. In Saudi
Okay.
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. We got Long Island, Steve, or in New York. Where are you at, Steve?
New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire. We got the 4 corners of the world.
Yeah.
We shall see each other in December, guys. On Saturday, Verona. Yes, we're gonna wake up at 7 a.m. to talk about the pregame. Maybe do a post game, but we have the 9 a.m. game. To Newcastle, you guys can win all the games you want until we meet back in December. Pete, I got your WhatsApp. We're gonna do a wrestling / calcio football podcast. There's a lot of marks in our followers and your followers and my followers. They know. Guys, on a note, honestly, kudos to Newcastle. And for Milan, I think things could have been worse. And the way Steve said it, I think it's perfectly. We could have paid for not taking those shots and those advantages that we had.
Yeah.
In the end, 0-0. Even though Newcastle was not the better team, kudos to you guys. And on that note, thank you so very much for joining. Good night to you guys. You guys are gonna be going to bed and all happy.
I'm going to work.
Smiling.
I'm working 4 hours.
Oof.
You're working for. You're gonna be smiling all day, Steve.
All right.
Lazio last second, the tie. Newcastle winning. Why are you on our Patreon? How did I accept your patronage?
Because I'm a football fan. I'm objective.
It's the $3 a
Not
month.
about
objective.
the money.
It's that $3 a month. God damn you! But dude, you know what? I love your perspective in the group. I love it because you're really neutral and except when we play Lazio. We'll see each other in a couple of weeks.
We'll beat us.
I love how Steve, he's so negative about his team that we can't trash talk him. He just like whenever they were playing Juventus and we fucking suck. I can't believe this. And like, oh, you're the best, Steve. Keep doing what you're doing. I love it. And guys, on that note, ovunque, I'm gonna say ovunque sempre forza Milan, but these
we'll say
Newcastle
away the
people,
lads.
the lads, guys. Check out their channel, LoadedMag NUFC, and thank you for having me. It was fantastic, and I like that Nico saw the video and is like, "How are radiators still a thing in England?" And I was doing the same
That
thing.
blew my mind.
They have these radiators. It's like, okay, so it's still a thing in England. Thank you for the culture lessons. On that note, guys, thank you so very much. Thank you to our live viewers. And we will see each other in the next Champions League in December. Who knows? Maybe there might be a direct flight there to England. We shall see. We shall see. As long as the Newcastle Brown Ale is on you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, have yourselves a good night. Thank you again for joining. Ovunque sempre, forza Milan. Ciao.
All right.